This is how I tie a Coho peanut fly. My favorite hooks are these Gami size 2s, like a good round bend. I primarily use red hooks. Sometimes I use a bronze hook, depending on what's available, but I lean towards the red hooks. I also have these VMC size 2s and some Daiichi size 2s, red. I like the Gamis the best because they're the sharpest right out of the box and have a good hook temper. But any good hook will work fine. I mean, even if you have to put a file on it, make it a little sharper. The vise is a cheap $10 real generic vise I got a long time ago, and it works. All it's got to do is hold the hook. You can spend hundreds of dollars on a vise, but it's all you need is something to hold the hook. You could get away with a needle nose vice grip and weld it to a C-clamp if you got those laying around. So I'm going to tie a aqua and a boy blue fly, really simple. This is the banded mylar. A lot of places you can get this, Purple Taco, Algoma Hardware. Those are probably the better ones on the Wisconsin side of Michigan to get this stuff from. You could use 64th inch Flashaboo. This is what we use for musky bucktails. This is 100 pound. My loop is 100 pound spider wire stealth. Really nice and big and strong, easy to see and grab a hold of. That's what I use to get it through the hook eye. So usually I start with the darker material on the bottom and put the boy blue on the top. You don't need a lot of material, just cut off maybe an inch. So I like to try to get it nice and tight and the hook eye. Then I use size 210 fly thread. Red I prefer, but you can use anything. You could even use your lady's sewing thread. Fly thread's just a little easier to use. And bobbin. Bobbin's really important. You get that at a better bait shop that has fly tying stuff. They're not much. Amazon, wherever. Doesn't have to be real fancy. Just has to do the job. And I'm just gonna give it some wraps. Okay, that's the first layer, and then I'm gonna put the boy blue. It's this UV purpley colored stuff. And if you don't run this color for kings, you're missing out. I mean, there's a reason that this is everybody's go-to. They're been around forever. It just keeps working. It's like having a moonshine bloody nose spoon. Gotta run one of those too. Again, pull it nice and tight. There's guys that tie on straws or plastic tubes. They call them slider flies, and they say that the fly lasts longer, doesn't get chewed up the fish's mouth as much. But this is the way I've always done it. I bought some plastic tubing, but I haven't messed around with it. I like the way I can get these flies nice and small and compact. I don't think with plastic tube sliders that you can get them quite as tight. Oh, to finish it, I just blazed right through that. I just grab 2 fingers and twist it up 5 times around over not, and I do it generally twice. This one took, I just did it 3 times, but whatever. You can use a fancy whip finisher for that too. It's called finishing the fly, but just your fingers works fine too. I got a whip finisher somewhere downstairs. They're a little tricky to use, but they're neat when you figure them out. Then you just trim up the back. Nice and tight little peanut fly. Can't really get a fly that small with a tube. That's simple. And I like to use clear fingernail polish. You can use head cement, fly tying head cement. Stuff is like $10 a bottle or sometimes more. And it tends to dry up. Doesn't hurt my feelings so much when $1 bottle of clear fingernail polish goes bad. You can get it. I like to get them at Walmart. Get some weird looks when you're in Walmart buying fingernail polish, but whatever. You can get different colors. This stuff's got the glitter in it. Put a little bling on your fly. Last year I bought some bright orange stuff and painted the tips of my dipsies and downrigger rods with that, just like between the tip and the first eyelet. That was really nice. You're able to catch your eye a little better when you get a nibble and not a screamer. They just hang them upside down to dry for a bit. Other colors I like, this is hollow purple and gold, hollow, purple and boy blue. This one I call Big Sexy. It's been a go-to for us. Gold, hollow with boy blue on the top. Always green, gold on the top. As far as flashers go, you know, the orange double-aught Dodger, they make them with a little more red in them too, but this is traditional. This is everybody's Coho bait. The leaders, 15 inches. I use 50-pound fluoro, just because I like the fly to bounce around a lot. Some guys just use mono. I like fluoro, and yeah, I twist them up on the Dodger to store them, and then I'll hook the hook on like a rod holder and get the kinks out before I send it out. And the other thing about the 50-pound fluoro is if you get a couple of nicks in it, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's 50-pound line. It can take a lot before it goes bad. This is a Dreamweaver metal. These are good too. They have different colors too. I like the orange. Then my all-time favorite is the Spin Doctor with clear crinkly UV on it. That's my go-to. When we're on the coves, we'll have all the different colors and different kinds out, and usually the South fishes them all. I don't know if it's more speed tolerant or what, but it's my money. Purple was really good last year. Purple was probably my best one last year, and the green, and then the Big Sexy gold and boy blue. That years ago was even hotter, but didn't do quite as well as I thought I would. Some other Dodgers, I picked up some other fancy UV colors, the Stubby. Got this right from Dreamweaver. Can't wait to use that. I think that's going to be good. Yeah, well, that's how I tie Coho peanuts. Hope you learned something. Last year I tried some black ones, thinking maybe when the flies were hatching that they'd be good. I caught a couple of fish on them, but wasn't lights out. But who knows, maybe next year. All right, if you got questions or comments, feel free to post them or send a message. Happy to help you out. Good luck fishing this year.